Everybody, before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's going on. First, I'm a little short of breath. I just got done with my 93rd weight training day. So as some of you know, I started a couple weeks before Halloween, and now it's been, I don't know, 5-6 months. So it's been nice, but it was my 93rd weight training exercise today, so it feels good to do that. Definitely built some muscle back over the past 5-6 months, so that's good. But for now, we need to talk about the total crypto market cap is sneaking up on 1.20 trillion as we attempt to push up to that 1.255 trillion. I'll show you, or 1.259 trillion. I'll show you what we need to do to get up there. Bitcoin is over 30,000 right now, about 30,080. So we'll take a look at that. And XRP sitting at about the 0.5206 level. Last night we got up to 0.528, and then we got rejected around the 522 level. We came back down, came all the way down to like the 517. So we'll take a look at that as well. And then we'll see what the DXY is doing on this Tuesday morning here. So make sure you hit that like button as it greatly helps push me through the analytics. We talked yesterday about the bear trap, and then in last night's update, we talked about the imminent XRP pump, which it did pump overnight, but we'll see if that's the conclusion of the pump or if this is just getting things started. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP sitting at 0.5214, up about 0.62% on the day. We talked about the impending pump yesterday, the imminent pump for XRP. Had a, I don't want to be like, oh my God, it just pumped to the moon. But it did have a nice pump after. Came from about the 5-1. We'll see exactly what we're dealing with this morning. We went from 5-1. Now I was lower than that. Oh, I'm in the 1 minute. Let me take a look to see what XRP's done. So far when we talked about this, I just drew that little, in last night's update, I drew that little triangle just so everybody could see what we were dealing with. And now we're at the top of it, so it's not like we've broken out yet. That's what I want everybody to realize. This breakout has even attempted, it's attempted to have the first layer. But we were sitting down here on Monday at 502 level. We've gone up about 3.7%. We had about a 5.3% at the top, but we've got to break through here at 5222. It's imperative. If we want to continue this run, we break through there and we continue pushing up. That looks like a consolidatory phase, and it looks like we're close to breaking through, and I showed. And here, the inverted head and shoulders. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's what those three lines, left, middle, head. And I showed that could contradict an inverted head and shoulders, and if that's the case, we would make our way over 522, break out of this pattern and not get rejected ultimately. And then we could get on top of the 522, push up here to the 558, and ultimately try to come up to this double top up here at the 585. So that's what we're looking for this morning. First things first, so we got to break that downtrending resistance. And the uptrending resistance is support is holding still. Now our next job is to get past this downtrending resistance, and that's the break point at 522. We get on top of that, there's nothing until 558. We had a quick run up overnight to close to 53 cents. It was the 5289. But that's what we've been paying attention to. So watch what I just showed. As Bitcoin's over 30,000, sitting at 30,146 approximately. We came out of that channel beautifully, and we talked about it. All we had to do was hold this level here and break out of 28,650. And we'd push up, and we're trying to get up here to 32,170 now with the current day, as that uptrending resistance continues to move along. And I put down this 29,900 because it's actually a little bit lower. I want to hit it that on. I missed it. I was trying to do a in the future kind of thing, but I missed it by a few cents. It's actually supposed to be 29,818. So that's the next support that we've hit. that we established after 28,650 approximately, or 660. Our next one we established was up about 1,200 points, or 1150, to 29,818. So that's the support we're trying to hold at worst case scenario, which we've done so far. But if we break down, we are overextended. Just remember that. But the technical target on this breakup was around 32,000, 31,800 area. So that's what we need to watch for. And this uptrending resistance started way back here, and we were talking about 30,700 back on March 23rd. Now that we've extended out to April 11th, that target now sits at about 32,136. So we've got to pay attention as the future moved on. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. And then if we look at the total crypto market cap real quick, because we've got to keep these in line. If we keep these in line, we've got a set pattern. It's over 1.201 trillion, which is up another 1.19%, or 14.1 billion. And we know where we're going. Once we get on top of the 1.18, we might try to come down here and hold it still. But once we hold the 1.189, or we're over the top of it, 1.118, we've got this 1.248 over the top. And that's our target we're trying to hit. If we can bring it over the top and come up to the ultimate target, that's 1.248 trillion. So just pay attention to that, because we don't have anything in between here and 1.248 trillion. There's nothing. Nothing. The only thing that can stop this is if it's a fake out and we come back through the 1.188. But I don't really see much that's going to stop us. The US dollar currency is sitting at 102.128. It's like I said yesterday. We were going to come up to that 102.62, but there's really nothing else above that. If we wanted to try to hold this and come back, we could try to do the 103.674, but it didn't look that way. Didn't look like we had the strength to get through there, so now we're going to come back down. We could get rejected here by the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame, which is a very bearish bias, and it could bring us right back down like I was talking yesterday, the 1.16, or 101.162, but we would have to lose the 101.42 to break this formation. So just be aware of that. Be aware that this could have created some kind of weird inverted head and shoulders or something in here. I'm not saying that it's a jank one at that, but if you look at it in the 30, I mean, could we say that maybe it came through left, head, now it's doing a shoulder, and then it could break up. So maybe left shoulder, head, maybe right shoulder is being put in. It's something we have to pay attention to. That could be invalidated if we come all the way down to the 101.162. Just got to break the 101.40, and then you can invalidate that inverted head and shoulders. But until we do invalidate it, it's something we've got to pay attention to on the board. Now that we've talked about Bitcoin, we've talked about total crypto market cap, we've talked about the DXY, we've taken a look at XRP. Now I want to take a look at XLM and DGB this morning, because I got to get back on track to the XRP, XLM, DGB. They're my three main passions, and I own all three. XLM, 10619. Up 0.55%. To me, XLM hasn't started making the huge breakout move that XRP has. I mean, we've got this huge descending triangle, or descending falling channel, you could call it, which is a bullish reversal at the bottom. So we've got this channel that formed down here. Let's see if we can do this a little nicely. Something like that started forming, and we've gone resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. If we can get out on top of here and break this, and this is just this is an estimation only at about 10.648. That's how you break out and come all the way up here. And that gets you around 11.4 area. Now, we have to break out of the channel, because I'm saying that's like a falling channel, and that is a bullish reversal at the bottom. So if we can break out of this, if you're watching XLM, this is what we're trying to break out of. And yes, that is a rough estimate of what it looks like, but that resistance is pretty spot on that we're going to have to break above, and then ultimately come up to the double top. So that's what we're looking at. This can be a big bullish reversal if this can break out of here. But like I said, we're still looking to break out of this area right here. So pay attention to XLM this morning, because it's going to be very volatile. In that 10.678, you break out of that, then you can try to push up to that roughly 11.4 area. So that's what we were talking about with the channel. And then I'm going to let you go. I got stuff to do this morning. DGB's flirting with that 989. We got to get over the 989, and then we can possibly push that 10.07. Let's see if I have a better breakdown on here. I know I have a couple different levels. Nope. It's if we break down 8.7, but then we got the 10, just over 10 cents. But then we've got the ultimate number up here at 11.09. We've got this extended channel that would come through here, and it would meet us right at about that 11.1 level. So that's what I'm looking at with DGB. And if you bring this through, You can see we're attempting our breakout with DGB right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I decided to talk about it this morning. I should be talking about it more, acknowledging. So that's what DGB. Now, it could come down and hit this at 937 to spike up, but it's already, for all intents and purposes, broke out of that formation. So, and we can actually make this a little bit more clear. And yeah, I like to draw sometimes. I don't always like to use the arrows because it gives me the freedom of what I want to do. Whoops. Might not always look the best, but coming through like that. So this area we're just trying to break through. So watch DGB. And if we can get back above the 1009, which we had a big wick overnight, which DGB will have a lot of wicks, so you have to be careful about that. A lot. I mean, I would be more inclined to say if I had to choose the way this pattern for DGB was going, I would probably start right there. And I would do something like that. And then I would say if we can get above that and hold, that's the breakout attempt. So right now we're attempting a breakout with DGB. We might come back to consolidate and try to get confirmation at 968. But if we hold that, look out above. 968 is not that far back. It's 0.10. It's 0.00010 down. It's not a huge move for DGB. That would be like a 0.2% move down, roughly. No, 0.9% move down. So take that for what it's worth. If you got anything out of this update, make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics. And consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit that subscribe button, as we're sitting at 15,850 subscribers. Just 150 away from 16,000. I would love to do that in the short term. If you want to join Tom's Army and or send a donation of XRP, that's in the video description below and or pinned comments. And if you want to trade your favorite crypto, XRP, XLM, DGB, the Internet of Things, the ISO tokens, even in the USA, with no spot fees on the buy and sell and up to 250x leverage trading, shorting or longing the market, in the video description below and or pinned messages, MEXC and or BitGet, you're more than welcome to join me there. Those are the where I trade. And then make sure you hit that share button so that we can get more and more people in this community. It really would help to expand. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point?